Now that's a good looking bike right there, man. Yeah, so let's talk about long distance riding, folks. What's the furthest you've ever ridden in a day? And have any of you ever participated in an Iron Butt Association ride? If so, listen to the video. How many of you have considered or actually done an Iron Butt Association ride? Now, the Iron Butt Association, or IBA, according to their mission statement, is dedicated to safe long distance riding. And they have several events on their webpage which motorcyclists can participate. They've got the Iron Butt Rally, which happens every odd numbered year, where motorcyclists can sign up, ride for 11 days, up to 11,000 miles during that time period. So that's 1,000 miles a day, which is brutal. And then there are the other rides, the Saddle Sore 1000, which basically you ride 1,000 miles within a 24-hour period. You got the Butt Burner, I think that's what it's called, Butt Burner 1500. You basically ride 1,500 miles in a 36-hour period. And then there's the Butt Burner Gold, where you ride 1,500 miles in a 24-hour period. So I've been, watching a few YouTube videos. I've looked at some forums out there from riders who've actually done those rides, either the Saddle Sore or the Butt Burner, and it sounds pretty brutal to me. Now, the most I've ever ridden in a day was probably a little bit over 700 miles, but that included a lot of back roads, so that eats up a lot of time. But doing 1,000 miles in one day in a 24-hour period seems pretty challenging to me. I've never actually tried it, and that's why I wanted to do a quick video on the subject to see if any of the YouTubers out there have ever considered or actually done an Iron Butt Association ride, whether that be a rally ride or a Saddle Sore 1000 or a Butt Burner 1500. And if you have, what did you think about it? Was it worth it? Did you wear yourself out? Did you feel yourself getting fatigued after the 24 or 36-hour period? Did you feel a major sense of accomplishment afterwards? I'm just curious. And this is something that has sat in the back of my mind for a little bit now, wondering whether or not doing a Saddle Sore 1000 would be a good idea. Would it be worth it? Is it something that I really want to aspire to do? I think the idea is pretty cool, but I think riding on the interstate for 24 hours or how many hours you need to complete 1,000 miles would be pretty brutal, pretty boring, but I don't know. So I got two questions for you. How many out there have actually considered or actually ridden an Iron Butt Association ride? If so, what was it? Was it a rally ride? Was it the Saddle Sore 1000 or the Butt Burner 1500? And number two, even if you haven't considered one of those Iron Butt Association rides, how many miles have you completed on a trip in a 24-hour period or within a day? I know a lot of people have done 400 or 500 miles in a day. If that's the case, let me know. I know some of you have done 1,000 miles in one day, and my hat's off to you if you've done that. I mean, I think that's great. I don't know if I could do it, but hey, anybody who can ride 1,000 miles in a 24-hour period gets some respect, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't know if I could do it. Maybe one day that'll be something that I'll shoot for. But I just want to get a sense to the number of people who've actually done and completed an Iron Butt ride. And I understand it's pretty strict, you know, as far as, you know, proving that you've done it. You got to get receipts. You've got to have a witness. If you're doing a rally ride, there are a lot more rules to it. You know, bonus objectives and bonus points and points for each destination. Seems like a pretty complex endeavor, but I haven't really looked into it that much, but it just seems like it would involve a lot of planning. And also, what's the most number of miles you've ridden in a day? For me, you know, I've probably done around 700 miles, maybe a little bit more, doing my return trip during a Desert Southwest trip that I took last year. But that's about it. I could have done more, but I'm not a big fan of riding when it's dark on a highway. And plus, when you have some back roads, it kind of slows you down a little bit. But who knows? Maybe I could do a little bit more. But something that I have not tried. It may be something that I'll look at in the future. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section. And I will talk to you later. Peace.